Hello Leo, and welcome to your reading today. Hope you're all doing really well. Welcome if you're joining me for the first time, by the way. It's good to have you here. And thank you so much to all of you who take the time to like and subscribe the videos. As you know, I'm rebuilding the channel. So, you know, any bit that you can do to help me, I really appreciate. So Leo, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's see what messages Spirit have for you, what advice they have for you, and what your energy is at the moment. And indeed, moving forward. Oh, we have protected by angels. How beautiful is that for a start, Leo? Wow, we have mystic healer. What is going on? You're very spiritual at the moment by the looks of things. Let's see, Leo. What else, please? What else for Leo, please? Thank you. We have overcoming obstacles. Some very powerful cards for you this time, Leo. And we have in the flow. Wow. Wow. On the bottom of your deck, you have faraway places. How exciting is this looking? Let me just move everything over. I'm going to move that slightly so we've got a bit more room. I think that's okay. Yeah, let's get started. What a beautiful start this was, Leo. You are cherished by the angels. Wow. So at the moment, they've just said to me, life is easy to move forward. That's a big statement. My goodness. But yeah, you know, Leo, you're being given the green light, basically, to get on with whatever it is you're doing, to move forward, to not be fearful, because the angels are protecting you. They're watching over you, and they're very active in your life at the moment. Some of you may be able to sense the presence of, you know, angels around you. Some of you may just feel a warmth. You know, sometimes, you know, when the angels are very present in my life, I feel like their wings are wrapped around me. So, you know, if you ever feel like you've got a warm blanket around you and you think, you know, that's nice, I feel cozy, know that the angels are making their presence known. But you're very protected, and as I said, they're giving you the green light at the moment to, you know, step forward and do what it is you want to do, because, you know, they adore you. They're making that very clear. Then we interestingly have the mystic healer, and this may be why the angels are very present around you at the moment, because they're encouraging you to use your healing powers. It says healing energy flows through you. So there's a lot of messaging coming through your crown chakra at the moment in order to heal you, to put you in a position to heal others. So it may be that you have people around you that are going through a bit of a tough time at the moment, Leo. You may be called upon to give moral support, or, you know, just supportive conversations, or just being there for others. You know, it's so powerful, isn't it, to just have someone that can be there. And I do feel you're being called upon at the moment, and this is why the angels are present. You may find that you have been taking care of people recently, and maybe for some of you that has been quite a pressure, you know, because you've got a lot of things to fit in your life, but you want to care for this person. Know that that's why the angels have stepped forward, to give you that extra strength, that extra protection, so that you can actually deliver that healing. Spirit are wanting you to have faith, Leo. They're saying you can overcome any obstacles. You can overcome anything. You know, wow, that's a big statement, isn't it? You can overcome anything. But this is about you feeling empowered. This is about you feeling that they've just said the word invincible. That again is a big word. They're using much bigger words than I would at the moment, because invincible, you know, is just like, wow. What they're saying to you is, don't dismiss your inner power here, Leo, because you have the strength and you have the ability to overcome any obstacles that are in your way at the moment. So, you know, there's no room for self-doubt whatsoever. They've just said in my ear, stick to the positive. They don't even want me to talk about obstacles or anything that gets in the way, because they're just dismissing them, you know. You have a major green light for carrying forward, you know, the good things that you're putting into your life here, Leo. And they want you to just take it as it comes. Go with the flow, because they are helping the path to be smooth sailing for you. So if things have been difficult in the recent past, Leo, know that the angels and spirit are working with you to make everything much more plain sailing, you know, and that will enable you to open new horizons. It says get ready for new horizons. We see far away places here. So some of you may be actually traveling soon, but it's more about expansion within, you know, who you are, your thought processes, believing that you can achieve anything, feeling empowered, feeling strong, you know, getting ready for those new horizons. Because when you have that inner strength and that inner belief, you can achieve anything, you know. That's a very powerful message for you today, Leo. My goodness. I'm going to use these tarot. These are the ones. Spirit literally guide me to which deck to use. So they want me to use these. Interesting that I chose this deck today, because they said this was the deck to use for you in terms of the oracle. And this deck is always, it always feels like a very spiritually connected deck, because it's all in this beautiful deep purple, which of course is a very spiritual color. So this was a definite message that they wanted you to know, Leo. Tell us more, please. Why are the angels so present for Leo at the moment? Do bear with me. These cards are very, very stiff because I don't use them very often. And they have a tendency to stick together, so bear with me. Right, Leo, Spirit, tell us about Leo, please. Why are the angels so present? We have the Page of Pentacles. I think you're on a learning journey. Page of Pentacles is the beginning of something. It's not like the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new opportunity, you know. This is more about you, you know, you're midway in this process, but you're learning new things about yourself, new things about the people around you, new things about something you're concentrating on. You may be learning new healing techniques for some of you that are into healing, you know. This is something about stability coming in, and maybe for some of you the beginning of earning some money. But yeah, very much about this stability. Also here in this context, because you're protected by the angels, they're making this very clear. This is about the angels bringing you that grounded feeling, bringing you that stability, that security, to enable you to overcome obstacles and to embark on a healing journey if that is your thing, Leo. Oh, Spirit, sorry, I missed it. They give me the cards and sometimes I miss it because I shuffle too quickly. These are very stiff cards. Here we are. Is that one or is that two? Here we go. Six of Pentacles. Yes, this is very much about giving and receiving. So they're saying, you know, in being there for others, Leo, you're also giving to yourself, you know, because there's something about being there for other people that can be very, very rewarding. That is the message they're giving you here. And notice that it's not going unnoticed by Spirit either, which is why they're here to protect you and to guide you. It's almost like this is the path that they want you to pursue at the moment. Ace of Swords. There's going to be clarity to a situation. So if you have had a number of things that are going wrong or have been challenging in your life, Leo, just know that with the Ace of Swords is, it talks of a very clear conversation. So it may be that a conversation takes place which gets you past all these obstacles that you're having. You know, if you've been avoiding having a conversation about a tricky situation, you could find that that is coming up, and you may find that it goes a lot better than you anticipated, because it will bring clarity to the situation. They've just said everyone will know what's happening. When they say everyone, they don't mean like everyone, just the people involved in this situation. So if there's been a series of obstacles, know that clarity is coming. Know that there's likely to be a conversation happening. And interesting, Ace of Swords, and we have a sword on its own in that peach. So, you know, it's almost like this ace is going to free up that sword from the peach and allow you to continue your journey. Very profound that was, Spirit. Seriously. And they're making your path a lot smoother from then on. So that conversation sounds like it was really important. Yeah, it's cleared the way. You know, with the Tower card, a lot of people who sort of have some contact with tarot, you know, they sometimes freak out when they see the Tower card, because it can mean things breaking down. And that's very healthy, to be honest. But this is about clearing the way. So this conversation, whatever it was, needed to happen in order for you to then move forward smoothly without all those hiccups and those problems. So the Tower is here in your reading, Leo, to show you that that was a necessary conversation in order to clear the decks so you can start rebuilding life as you want it to be. What are these new horizons for Leo, please? Tell me again, Spirit, please. The cards are sticking. Tell me again. Ooh, thank you. Wow. Wow, one of my favourite cards, the Ten of Cups. This is about blissful happiness. This is about happy family life, emotional security, you know, feeling engaged, engaged emotionally, feeling just happy with your home life, with your circumstances. It said get ready for new horizons. So it may be that you and your family are thinking of moving somewhere else that's going to bring you a lot of blissful happiness, you know. Can mean different things for all of you, because obviously, as I always say, it's a general reading. But I like the fact that on this card, we have very calm waters here. And over here, we have the children playing in calm waters. So there is a lot of emotional settling going to be happening for you. And do you remember when I said, oh, how funny, sorry, I'm just going to divert a minute, because the part that underneath the faraway card, we had choosing your path and all is possible. We know you can overcome those obstacles, Leo. What was I going to say? It was about the Mystic Healer card, wasn't I? I was saying, you know, about the reward of being there for others. And, you know, the payoff of that is that, you know, you feel emotionally like you've done what you could do. And this is kind of your reward for that, you know. And when I say looking after others, it doesn't need to be in terms of people who are ill or anything like that. It can be literally that you're helping somebody who's working on a project and they don't know quite how to handle one aspect of it. You know, you're helping them to de-stress by helping them with that bit that they're stressing about. You know, it can be something as straightforward as that. As I say, the interpretation is different for all of you. But beautifully on the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So your luck is changing, Leo. And I do think that the angels have had a really big impact on your life at the moment. Some of you may well have asked for their guidance and their support because, you know, they're very, very present for you at the moment. And usually the angels are, you know, watching over us, and they come in when they feel you need support. But if you're asking for support specifically, they come in really quickly. So, you know that if that has happened, then you have been heard, and they are here protecting you, and they are bringing about a change in your fortunes. So things also with the wheel, things move forward quite quickly. So I love that reading for you. I love that reading. It is lovely to know that you have got this. It's almost like you've got, you know, the lion's strength. You are a Leo after all. You've got the lion's strength that is helping you to just move forward in whatever area of your life, or all of your life, if you like, to get over these obstacles to a place of flow, bringing a lot of happiness and a lot of good fortune, Leo. Wow, love that. Let's just pull a couple of Moonology and we'll tie this reading up. Let's see. If any of you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. If you go to my Buy Me a Coffee page and click on the shop tab, you'll see them all listed. So I do record the videos exactly like this, so you'll have it to keep. Look at this. Prosperity lies ahead. We know your fortunes are changing, Leo. Prosperity can mean different things to different people, and I always say this because we always associate prosperity with finance. Yes, it could be. You've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in, so it could be financial prosperity, but prosperity also is about this sort of energy, you know, emotional happiness. We can feel prosperous because we feel content, you know. So whatever that means for you. And it says bring love into the situation. So there is definitely something about loving, supporting and caring at the moment, Leo. We have a fiery climax approaching. Where does that fit? Wow. This is about, you know, when you hear the phrase fiery climax, it always sounds like there's going to be a big argument. No, that's not the energy that's coming here. It's about a determined energy. It's about, you know, overcoming things, having that inner strength. And, you know, sometimes it's about emotions running high. But this really for you, Leo, is about that inner strength that we were talking about a few moments ago, about the determination. I think you'll feel totally empowered when this conversation takes place that carries you forward, overcoming the obstacles. Is there anything else for Leo, please? Oh, is there anything else for Leo? Oops, one more. Yeah, that's just what we were talking about. A personal issue reaches resolution. I do think those obstacles are relating to a personal issue. So that is going to reach resolution through this conversation. If it's not a personal issue for you in terms of obstacles, it's having an impact on you personally because it's on your mind all the time, Leo. But it's going to reach resolution. So fantastic. I love it. Leo, I'm going to leave it there. If you did enjoy the reading, as I think I said at the beginning of the reading, please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel while I try to rebuild it. And I look forward to reading for you all again really soon. Bye for now.